Think your Mac is too vintage to be useful? Well, these options will have you think again. Our Macs can last a lot longer than their PC counterparts. But eventually, they begin losing ground and losing software support from Apple and other software makers. Inevitably, they end up lost, forgotten, and just unused. But what if we reach into the Tech We Have junk drawer and find, my old laptop? Let's take a look. This mid-2009 MacBook Pro was a powerhouse for its time, but Apple stopped releasing security updates for it over 4 years ago. So what can we do? Our options include patched macOS installers, ChromeOS Flex, and Linux. Each has its own particular pros and cons. Using a patched macOS installer lets you stay in the Apple ecosystem, but features are often slow or broken. ChromeOS Flex is fast, up-to-date, and simple to use, but it can quickly become limiting and it's not 100% stable. Installing Linux gives you a fast modern OS, but software support is often lacking and it's not always straightforward for beginners. But first, why do we even need to update our old Macs? I mean, they're already running with the software that's already on them, so why do we even need this video? In fact, that's it, we're done. Cut, wrap it up. But you might want to reconsider. Running old software on your Mac can lead to bugs, security vulnerabilities, and make collaboration difficult, especially as newer web technologies and web standards leave older operating systems behind. Let's start by trying to stay within the Apple ecosystem. Now, we don't need to be running the very latest version of macOS, just one that's still getting great software support and, of course, security updates. Looking through Wikipedia, we can see that macOS 11, or Big Sur, is still actively supported with its latest update just a few weeks old as of the making of this video. You might be asking, why not shoot for the latest version? The answer lies in special software called Open Core Legacy that enables us to run newer versions of macOS on Macs that are completely unsupported. Now, the work that Open Core Legacy's developers do is absolutely Herculean. With each new version of macOS, they have to add additional patches, backports, and fixes. And while they do a great job, this can lead to additional slowdowns, bugs, and just broken features. So I've used Open Core Legacy's tool, linked in the description, to install macOS 11 on my old Mac, and it's okay. If you have a Mac made in 2007 or later, Open Core Legacy absolutely will let you extend the lifetime of your machine while staying within the Apple ecosystem. But there's going to be some speed, some stability issues, and some incomplete features. So what if having a secure, easy to use, and fast operating system is more important to you than staying within Apple's ecosystem? Well, you just need to look no further than Google. Yep, ChromeOS Flex is the Big G's browser-based operating system, but for regular conventional laptops, including ours. While the list of officially supported Macs is small, I found ChromeOS Flex to run on many different models. And if you have an Android phone or use Chrome on your other computers, Flex is a great choice due to its integration with Google's ecosystem. This 2009 era MacBook Pro couldn't really play HD videos or YouTube videos, but running ChromeOS Flex, it has no trouble. That said, there are some serious downsides to running this browser-based operating system. ChromeOS Flex can only run web-based apps and sites, no Android store or Linux access, which really limits what you can do. I've also noticed visual glitches and occasional crashes. Check the description for a link. That leaves us with our final option, Linux. For this video, I'm going to go with a Linux distribution called Linux Mint, which is known for its ease of use, great hardware support, and mintiness? While it took a few extra clicks in the setup window to enable Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, Linux runs very quickly. The browser and system are on track to receive security updates for years, and modern office and productivity software are all available, just maybe not the versions you're familiar with. While it lacks some of the deeper ecosystem integrations that you'd see in macOS or ChromeOS, well, Linux has proven itself to be powerful, fast, and well, it's going to continue getting software updates for years. Personally, I think I'm going to stick with it. So, there you have it. You are not out of options for your old Mac. New versions of macOS through the Open Core Legacy project, ChromeOS Flex, and Linux are all solid options with their own pros and cons, depending on your particular needs. One option we haven't talked about is Microsoft's Windows OS, and for good reason. Apple's Boot Camp drivers to enable their hardware on Windows are mostly horribly out of date, insecure, and well, just not really that compatible with modern Windows operating systems. And of course, nothing you do can get around the fact that this hardware is older. It's slower, uses a bit more power, and yeah, it's a little bit more prone to breakdowns than new hardware. Even this old MacBook Pro took several upgrades to get it in its current state, including swapping the hard drive for a solid-state drive, replacing the battery, and a new heatsink compound. Even then, there's no getting around the fact that its optical drive and FireWire hardware are effectively dead weight today. And the ports are all limited to USB 2 speeds. Forget USB 3 or Thunderbolt. But it works. There's no reason to throw your old Mac in a junk drawer somewhere when it can actually have quite a lot of life left in it, either as a backup Mac workstation, a ChromeOS Flex workstation for a relative that's maybe not that tech savvy, and yeah, you can see what Linux can do for you. Alright, that does it for old Macs. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, look for a button down below that matches your feelings. And if you have more old tech in your drawers and cupboards than you know what to do with, better hit subscribe. I'm Alice Mick, reminding you that your old devices are gold and that we can do more with the tech we have.